Greetings, fellow seekers. As promised, we're going to explore the notion of dependency on personal growth. We've already discussed how one can become a dopamine addict, and the idea of fake motivation can cause people to get spikes in their dopamine, but they can be pedaling like crazy and getting nothing achieved. So my aim really is to not diss personal growth so much as have a go at and critique the cult of dependence that some personal growth gurus can cultivate. So if you're keen on reclaiming authority or claiming authority, and you feel that you may have been sold a number, or that you've formed dependency of any kind with the personal growth industry, I'm going to offer some diagnoses. I'm going to explore how it can happen, and then towards the end, in part 2, I will offer 5 tangible ideas that you can apply to yourself in order to shake yourself free from some of the dependency culture and to reclaim your own mission, purpose, and sense of leadership. I suggest that you grab yourself a notebook and a pen, hit pause, grab a coffee, and let's do this. As they say, let's dive in. The personal growth industry operates with a large range of people, but I've got it down to 3 main types. And the 3 main types of person that attach themselves to personal growth are those who know there's a problem. They know what their problem is called, and they know that they want to fix it, and they're just seeking guidance. A second group of people is those who can't name the problem. They know there's something wrong, but they can't name it, but they want to fix it as well. And a third group of people are those who don't know there's a problem, don't know they need to fix it. I personally love type 1 and 2, those who know there is a problem and want to fix it, and those who can't name their problem and want to fix it. I'm not so much keen to gravitate to those people who don't know they have a problem and don't know they want to fix it. I'm not in the business of kicking over rocks in order to expose the nasty stuff underneath. In learning theory, you will find that there are 4 stages of learning, and this is relevant because it attaches itself to this idea, or these ideas that I'm exploring. In learning theory, the first stage is to be unconsciously incompetent, which means you don't know what you don't know. And the second stage is when you discover a new skill and you know you can't do it. Imagine you're trying to learn to play guitar and you're starting to form chords. You know that the chord of C exists, and if you do it correctly, it'll make a beautiful sound, but you're still training your fingers and your mind to be able to go there automatically. You are consciously incompetent. But when you learn how to play the chord and you strum it for the first time and get a clear sound, then you become consciously competent. And if you're playing by the campfire without thinking about it, you are unconsciously competent. I'd like to focus on the first one. I'd like to focus on the 2 that I like. I prefer people who are consciously incompetent, and I like to get them to consciously competent. However, getting that balance is not an easy thing. We might argue that you are now at this stage of this particular video in a state of balance between conscious incompetence and conscious competence, in that you know there's information being presented to you and you want to know a little bit more so that you can just nail it down. My aim is to work with people who are on that balance so that they can get clarity, they can strengthen their resilience, and they can name and claim their own mission or purpose in life. Unfortunately, The gurus in the personal growth industry tend to focus on people who are unconsciously incompetent. And by this I mean that they agitate pain and expose a client to all sorts of unforeseen and unknown problems. In short, they create problems for people who don't know they have them. And then, having agitated that, they are able to maintain such a client in a state of dependence or paranoia or fear. Offering fake or quick fix motivation boosts or dopamine boosts can become very addictive to a person who is seeking genuinely but hasn't got a clue precisely what the name of their problem is or the nature of their problem is. Such people, I would suggest, are vulnerable. The personal growth guru type who wishes to exploit that vulnerability kicks over rocks, exposing all the nasty stuff underneath. And I would claim this is a pathological process. It risks dependency and paranoia in the client, and it's good for the guru who wants to keep the money machine going. It's like handing a dictionary of ailments to a hypochondriac. They're going to go through the dictionary from A to Z, imagining that they have every ailment under the sun. I've discussed how the personal growth industry can create a state of dependency in its disciples, and certain personal growth industrialists can position themselves as gurus and then form an almost cult-like dependence in people. And of course, the economic and financial gains that can be had from this are considerable. My mission is to deal with people who want to claim authority, want to clarify their mission and their purpose, and to gain a sense of autonomy and leadership over their lives. I'm not interested in working with people who are unconsciously incompetent. I'm not interested in creating fear or stirring and agitating neuroses in order to capitalize. If you feel that you may have fallen foul of some of those dependency culture habits, then I'd like to go into part 2 of this presentation and offer you some ideas, 5 ideas really, just to assist you to break the dependency loop. None of these ideas are going to be rocket science. I'm not aiming for guru status. I'm simply aiming to provide practical, useful, and applicable ideas, rather than keeping you swimming in your own confusion. Most people consume without subscribing. I do it myself regularly with other channels, so I understand. But if you do get an opportunity to hit the bell, or hit a like, or make a comment, or subscribe, hey, there are 4 choices, 4 ways that you can make this old man happy. And so here in part 2, I'd like to assist people who may fear that they have entered into a dependency state. I'd like to assist people to be able to reclaim their authority, to gain clarity, state their mission, and to gain a sense of leadership. And the 5 ideas I'd like to share with you, as I've said previously, are not rocket science. They're simple ideas, and you can apply them to yourself or others as you so desire. So idea number 1 is, you are not broken. Shed that pathological notion that somehow you are broken, damaged, or disrupted. And accept that you've made choices. All you've done is made choices in your life. Some of those choices have been better than others. But the beauty of choice making is that you can remedy by making better choices. And let's face it, you've got this far. You've got this far in this video, let alone in your life. And you are the sum total of all of the traps, pitfalls, and situations that you've survived so far. So, idea number one is you're not broken. You've made choices, and you have the freedom and the authority in your life to make better choices. That's all there is to it. The second idea is that instead of trying to chase cars, you can choose one lever to focus on. Success not only leaves clues, but success is a habit formation process. So start the habit formation process by choosing one positive lever that you can apply daily. It could be as simple as making your bed. It could be as simple as making a better choice, such as don't doom scroll first thing in the morning. Drink some green tea. Don't spike your cortisol with coffee first thing. There's any number of really wise choices that you can make, which are really small things. Tidy your room, anything. Just one small choice, one small lever, and choose that and focus yourself on that. Stop chasing 12 things at once. Stop chasing cars. Stop with the shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome is often applied to the idea that you need to buy a new car or a new piece of technology or chase a new woman. But what about shiny object syndrome as an internalized notion that you're always seeking the next dopamine spike? You're always seeking the next novelty. Take the weight off your shoulders. Choose one lever and apply that one lever. I promise you that that one lever, if applied properly, will compound and create better habits for you, and it will assist you when you choose your next lever. One target. Try it for a week. And if that's a stretch, try it for a day. And keep on keeping on. Idea number 3 is forgive you and forgive others. And the reason I say this is because, frankly, you might think that you're big and tough, but frankly and realistically, you don't have the bandwidth. You can't afford to be carrying a grudge through your life. You're wasting valuable energy and time. And let's face it, if you are holding a grudge against other people, frankly, they don't give a toss. They're going about their lives oblivious of the grudge you may be carrying. If somebody has caused you harm, you have to release it into the ether. Stop allowing other people to continue to control you and what you do and how you think and how you act and how you purposefully fail in your projects while they're going about their merry way, oblivious of your existence even. You can't afford to carry a grudge. You have to learn to forgive the other person, and you have to learn to forgive yourself. Shed it. Get rid of it. Write down what the grudge is on a piece of paper. Take it into the back garden or some open space. Set fire to it and watch it burn. Is make small daily improvements. Instead of trying to grab the big opportunity, I call it like the lottery player's mentality. Instead of betting the house or betting small sums on some big win, stop this attachment to the fictitious notion that one big hit is going to solve all of your problems. Because because trust me, it will not. The one big hit when you get it will just compound your disappointment if that's how you feel that your success should be mastered. If you achieve something worthwhile or groovy or good and you haven't developed the skills that you need underneath or behind that good thing, you will lose it overnight. So work on small daily improvements. Work on the idea of compounding some skill, some habit, something 1% a day. The compounding element will enable you to grow exponentially as you develop and evolve yourself. Tiny gains daily outstrip lying around dreaming of some big win, because the big win ain't ever coming. Number 5, or the 5th idea I'd like to share with you in order to assist you to shed a dependency state, shall we say, is realize that you're not alone. Although you feel entitled to wallow in your own situation, or you may do, and I know this sounds harsh, but if you do feel entitled to wallow in your situation, you have to understand that the world is full of other people, all who have their own unique problems, circumstances and situations. And that's from the richest, the most beautiful, the most performative, the most everything. Everybody has something going on in their mind, and everybody has a challenge they have to overcome. As Bob Dylan once wrote, even the President of the United States must sometimes have to stand naked. How are you going to break the dependency culture, and how are you going to allow yourself to shed dependency unless you get out and meet more people? You're a human being. You were designed to try weird shit. You're designed to try things, improve on them, find them wanting. You're designed for that. Don't over-personalize this. It's all part of just being human. As I've said previously, if you've made ill-formed choices or decisions, the beauty of life is that you can remedy that by making better choices and better decisions. Give it a start. Try to develop a sense of clarity of your purpose. Work out what your mission is, and work out how you can now establish leadership. If you can establish leadership over some small element of your life, you can start to model that leadership to other people. But it's got to start inside. So just to recap, you're not broken. You can choose one lever to improve yourself. You can forgive yourself and others. You can compound your improvements daily. And you can get out and start to observe other people and realize that you are not alone. You're not broken. That's my message. Now I hope this has been useful to you, fellow seeker. As always, it's been useful to me. Almost therapeutic in some respects. I'd like to leave you with one final thought, if I may, and that is, whatever it is you dare to do or dream, begin it now.